Hello, everybody, and welcome to Banishers Ghost of New Eden. This is a game that I really wasn't sure if I was going to play originally. I had seen, videos on it. I had seen, even gameplay of it, and I was kind of interested because I kind of like a lot more of these, AA, I guess you'd call them AA games, right? I kind of like a lot more of these AA titles. And one of the things that I found really appealing about this game is that I feel that it kind of has a unique idea to it in the sense that we don't get a lot of games where you're kind of like I don't even want to call it a ghost hunter. But we don't get a lot of games that are kind of paranormal, but also have some kind of a combat mechanic that kind of relate to paranormal elements that are single player related. And so for me, this game kind of drew my attention originally because of that. They put out a demo, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll go ahead and try the demo. And after playing the demo, I was like, this game is actually really fun and really like a cool idea. And I figured, you know what? I feel like games like this don't necessarily get enough love. And as somebody who is all about storytelling on the channel, I thought, what better game to showcase than something like this? It has combat. There's a lot of narrative to it. There are maybe a couple elements that I'm not too much of a fan of in this. Like there's crafting elements, but the demo doesn't really dive into the game all that much. And so besides really kind of the intro, I haven't really played past then. The demo does let you carry over from where you left, the full game lets you carry over from the demo where you left off. But of course we're going to start a brand new game. I'm really intrigued to see what people think about this, because I personally feel that I'm more attracted to these focused interactive titles. Obviously, we're going to be playing Space Marine 2 later, but yeah, I'm excited to kind of show this game off. So, of course, we have this mouse. We have this, which I'm really not too much of a fan of. All right, new game. We're just going to play on story because I kind of want to focus really on the story. I know there's 5 of these. But yeah, I just want to play on story because I want to showcase the story. This isn't about... Plus, we're going to be playing Stellar Blade, so I don't need another game that's going to kick my dick in. The art in this is really cool. A lot of the mechanics that they have in terms of fighting are pretty cool. So, yeah.
Madam, sir, the ship lies at anchor off New Eden. A tender stands at your disposal.
This game takes place 2 years after the Salem witch trials, by the way. And graphically, this game's actually impressive. Even on performance, it graphically is very nice.
I dreamed of clouds. Great long fluffy bastards. Low over the sea.
Also, be warned.
The abyss. In the darkest reaches of the deepest ocean.
There is racism in this game. Some of it's subtle, some of it not so. It is the 1600s.
A good day to you, my love.
And that is a black woman, so.
And a good day to you, too.
Are we in New England?
Welcome to America.
Something's bothering you.
Charles's letter.
What of it?
The ghost must be uncommonly dangerous. or he would banish it himself.
And we shall charge him double.
I'm serious. If the Reverend needs help, this can be no easy business. Red, you best be ready.
I'll be careful, Master Duarte. Your apprentice stands ready to serve. Come on, Atea, we need to go. I need to be.
Rory McWraith, gallant to the last.
Life to the living, death to the dead.
Consider our lovers, Antea and Red, the greatest banishers I ever knew. Life to the living, we say, and death to the dead. It is not so simple. Since the dawn of humanity, the dead have lingered. Dead as alive, we are complex and emotional beings. Many and tangled are the ties that bind. Since the beginning of memory, banishers have fought to sever those ties. Death is but a trifle. It comes to us all. To haunt or be haunted. There lies the true horror. I, Charles Davenport, should know it. The haunting of New Eden scared me to death. I dearly wish I had not begged my friends to come and lift the curse.
New Eden, June 7th, 1695.
If this is June, I'd hate to see January. I'd want to freeze my backside off in the summertime. I'd have stayed in Scotland.
London wasn't much better.
Look at it. As cold as a bishop's arse. And twice as white. I don't mind saying it, I'm very disappointed.
Charles wasn't lying. New Eden is cold as death. You may well be disappointed.
Well, they say the town is cursed, and if there's a curse, maybe that curse is what makes it so cold in the middle of the summer. It's kind of like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, right? So Banishers are kind of like exorcists, but not... They exorcise ghosts from the land of the living.
At the tavern. With a hot grog. Or two.
So yeah, the game runs really well in performance. It looks actually really nice. The character models are actually really good. I think this game looks relatively good for kind of a double-A game.
I can't remember the last time we did something else than work.
After this, we should set sail somewhere warm and safe. The dead don't linger.
No such place. But it's not a bad idea.
So in terms of our menus here, we do have a map. And this map zooms all the way out. I don't really necessarily know how big this map is, because I didn't really get it outward, but yeah, it looks to be a relative decent size. The inventory, here we have some flowers. These are used for certain like rituals and stuff. Charles's invitation. Antea, I hope this letter finds you both free of other work, as we in New Eden are desperate for your health. The town has fallen prey to a sneaking and malicious curse. A haunting is behind it, I am convinced of it. But although our food is rotted and sickness prevails and our very sanity is shaken, I cannot find the ghost. I urge you to join Esther and I in New Eden as soon as you can. I don't know how much longer I can hold. Truly yours, Minister Charles Davenport. So you have resources, you have quest items, evolutions and haunting cases we can't access right now, and then there's Chronicles, which is kind of like story. Well, you'll see. It's kind of like story section type things that kind of like break down things in just certain categories. Well, story categories. Anyway. Yeah, you'll see it.
Have I mentioned how grim this place is?
I heard you the first time, but I don't disagree.
So you have a health kind of like potion. I forgot that's a square, and then you have your two kind of basically two weapons. It's like a torch. It's like an auto lighting torch. It has like a flint on it, and then you have a sword. They'll show you kind of the basics of combat later. There's a block.
I think we can get through here.
Break all this
Sure.
stuff.
Let's go traipsing through the rotten, falling down house.
Looks steady enough.
Watch out!
Well,
Ugh. Is it just me or are we not welcome here?
Keep going. I'll find a way to meet up with you. Overeager apprentices.
so yeah, Antea is kind of the two of them. She's really the expert. She's the seasoned veteran of the two. And although they're co-workers, they are together. Oh boy, here we go.
Down you go.
So you got like light attacks, and then when you see that, it actually shows you where the ghost is. Oh.
Everything all right down there?
Just a sneaky wanderer. You?
See, but I managed. Are these spectres watching the road?
Maybe. But are they keeping people outside town? Or are they keeping them in?
I guess we'll find out, huh? I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anybody out here, so keeping them in seems the likely answer. I think you can actually... I think you can actually... Yeah, you can up the difficulty anytime you want. So if it is seemingly too easy for me, then I may bump it up to just the easy. Okay, I can't break those.
Oh, more wanderers.
Behind you!
So you'll notice that both Antea and Red on one of their hands, they have these tattoos. And they're like basically these magical tattoos. You can see on her hand here, you can see
tell
the
how long these people are dead.
tattoo on her hand.
The original settlers, perhaps.
Whoever, this doesn't bode well.
So it allows them to be able to banish spirits. Oof. Oh boy. So banishing with your weapons fills the banish gauge. When the banish gauge is full, press X to banish the target.
Time to leave for good. Call this a fight?
So it circles the dodge. So you always want to make sure you like go around and break stuff. Got some leather. Well, we got a few bodies in here.
Pest.
Look at that spectral dust.
That augurs badly for the case.
Situation's worse than you thought.
Let's wait to hear what Charles has to say.
So I mean, you'll notice frame rate drops here and there, but the game runs pretty consistently. I don't really mind too much.
A growing settlement. Never a good sign. Are the town selectmen sitting on their arses?
Isn't that what selectmen do? When we get to town, we may need to split up to cover more ground.
You may count on the most responsible student a Banisher could have.
We'll see if you remember some of your teaching.
What's up with
If you're up for it.
Always.
my touch bar is like kind of jammed. Kind of strange. There we go. Sorry. It's just kind of odd. My touch bar was like weirdly stuck. All right, there we go. All right, so this is kind of like the outer outskirts of the town here.
Who the hell bums their own crops?
People who fear pestilence or disease. Or both.
Well, how very biblical.
We have here a letter. Susanna, it's been days since we ate. Each day the town empties further. Folks would sooner risk the cold than stay. The minister said help was on its way, but I do not know how much time we have left, or how much time before the next sickness takes us all. I shall entrust my neighbor with this letter in the hope that it will reach you. If nothing changes, I'll try to cross the woods myself. I hear folks assemble bands, the better to safely brave the wilderness. May God help us. Sarah. So yeah, you can
seem desperate to flee town.
Yeah, they seem stuck
Stay
here.
on your guard.
Doesn't seem like there's anybody living here. So you got Boston, Fort Jericho, and the Harrows Hamlet, all that way.
Not the busiest stables I've ever seen. No ostler and no horses.
If they burned their crops and ran out of food, then they probably ate the horses.
Yeah.
I guess I know what stuff I can break and what I can't break. Well, alright. Keep moving forward. New Eden Town. So yeah. You really only get like a little glimpse of this area in the demo. In terms of like what you do.
Welcoming committee.
Let's find the inn. Let's find Charles. It'll be good to see Charles and Esther again.
Would you a lecture on the sanctity of marriage?
Hello?
Esther wouldn't dare. And we don't need a piece of paper to keep us together.
Aye, I remember you telling her.
So the thing about this game is that it does have dialogue choices, but it also does have, like, choices related to the story that allow you to affect the outcome of things. So... So yeah, once you see this, like, ring, you know you're, like, in a specific area of where something is. Alright, so we gotta find the inn.
This must be the inn.
That's what I was thinking. New Eden Town curfew. In hours of darkness, stay in your homes. No discord, no turmoil. Governor F. Haskell.
A curfew? But why?
The first resort of every self-respecting oppressor.
Closed borough. The path to the meeting house is closed by the governor's decree. Cemetery is closed by the order of the governor. Well then, the governor has seemingly closed the entire town. That's why nobody's walking around, it's because there's a goddamn curfew. Hello.
Charlie, we're here. Your prayers are answered. Pour us a drink.
Finally.
Banisher, please come in. As it is cold, your serving woman may sit while we talk.
See?
I'm the help. She's the boss. You're not Charles.
My name is Antea Duarte. This is my partner, Red McWraith. Good day to you, sirs, madam. Now, where's Charles?
Minister Davenport said help was on its way. I assumed...
Keep digging, Fairfax. Good day. Pennington, captain of the train band. This here is Thickskin Newsmith. We're the selectmen.
What's left of us? Why is Charles not here?
We're sorry for your loss. We'll do what we can for his widow.
Charles
dead.
is dead.
When? How?
A terrible tragedy. Though our faith sustains us, we are still very much in shock.
Our shock at Reverend Davenport's killing is so great that we must sit here in comfort, losing precious time.
As governor of the colony of New Eden, it is my responsibility...
Look at us, sat here waiting to meet the same fate. We could all be miles away by now. You lot do what you want. I intend living.
The esteemed select woman can be brusque. Forgive her.
Oh, she's angry,
Rest
so...
assured that her aptitudes far outweigh her manners. Or lack thereof.
Her point still stands, Fairfax. Sitting here, doing nothing, we are as lambs to the slaughter.
The Banishers are here. Surely with their expertise we may yet prevail.
Then I shall leave you and your expertise in ghosts and devils to find out. My expertise in blood and battle is of little use. Mistress Duarte, if I can be of service, yous may visit me at home. On the other side of the street, as it were.
I live across the
Well,
street.
Governor, shall you leave or shall you stay?
For myself, I'll stay. Our company has suffered terribly. But we are worth saving. And now that you are here, save it we shall. Please. Accept my sincerest condolences for the loss of your friend. We feel the loss of our minister so very keenly. Charles Davenport was a man of great knowledge and devotion. The pride, indeed, of New Eden. It discommodes me greatly to remember how we found his body in the cemetery. Indeed, it distresses me yet further to tell you that we do not know what so tragically cost him his life.
What do you think happened?
I could guess, to little use. It is evident, however, that Charles's unexpected death is linked to his investigation of the curse. In the minister's absence, I try, in all humility, to protect us all, body and soul, from our ongoing peril. You see, in my youth, I too was something of a demonologist.
Ben Franklin,
Rather than
demonologist.
one, if I say so myself.
We're
He does
not
have that Ben
demonologists,
Franklin kind of
and
look.
neither was Charles. Is his
Kind of a
widow Esther taking
Plump
visitors?
guy.
The widow
receding hair.
Davenport is at home and does not much venture out. Her house overlooks the dock. I offered Charles a home with a view across a pretty meadow, but he refused. He preferred the village life. Speak to her, if she'll see you. But she knows no more than we do about how her husband died.
So yeah, he dies mysteriously, and his body's found in the cemetery. And he was really the only thing protecting this town in a sense. So the curse. So this is of course the main story point. So we can talk about these other things as well.
You're a demonologist, you say?
I am that, like my father was before me.
Oh,
Faith and science are our twin compasses, you see, to a deeper understanding of the secrets of God's green and pleasant land, and those who threaten it.
And what have your compasses told you about the curse?
They have told me that Reverend Davenport was better placed than I to solve our problem, which is why you're here. We agreed it. I shall stand for the company, I said, as the moral authority, the anchor, and the rock, as Charles and his Banishers lift the curse.
Heroic work all round.
Indeed it is, madam. Indeed it is. But we do it all the same. Because we must. Aye. Because we must.
Why is town so empty?
Of those who did not die, we are the few who stayed. Though our motivations may differ, all who remain have shown extraordinary faith and courage in the face of our adversity.
Those who left, where did they go?
Boston, outlying settlements. Anywhere,
so
everywhere.
a lot of people just flee from
Although,
the
as you
town.
may have heard, the weather has likely closed the roads.
We found some of them on the
believe
way
the
in.
pass through the dark woods offers salvation. I do not.
Well,
I believe we must stand our ground.
I agree. Going through there didn't work.
Will they return when the curse is lifted?
I fervently hope so. They have homes here. But we sent the children away some time ago, and many could not live with their absence. If we do not resolve this situation quickly, the community of New Eden shall be broken, perhaps forever.
All right.
What can you tell me about the curse?
I can tell you that it has been our misery for many long months now, and I can tell you that it worstens by the increment. First, there was pestilence and disease. Then came the nightmares. Then came madness. In the end came death. And death remains. But in all honesty, I think the weather is the worst part. This never-ending winter hangs heavy on us all. Worse yet, it traps us here.
What do you think caused the curse?
In my humble opinion, I'll point to the obvious. The Abyss disgorges its spawn upon New Eden, bent on making God's poor creatures suffer. As to the nature of the demon, that's what we're paying you to find out. Our late friend Charles faced a Herculean task and acquitted himself with honor. You will have to do far better than that, I'm afraid.
Our contract stands.
If you'll have it, yes. Our contract stands for Charles.
All right. For Charles.
So yeah, they're gonna pay us to get rid of this thing, and fair enough.
Thank you. We have what we need.
Then I wish you success. By my instruction, a room is prepared for you in the old schoolhouse. I'll be here if you need me.
So sometimes you'll get like interiors and stuff. You can't really enter everything, but you get interiors. You can kind of like look around and look for things, find things. Look around a bit. Inn's owner notice. As announced at the last town hall meeting, I hereby close the King Arms Tavern, leaving the key to the selectmen. There shall be no ale sold nor drunk until the curse is lifted and I return. The storerooms are locked, and so are the bedrooms. God bless. Charity Kruget. Yeah, so a lot of people have like left the town. They've fled because of the curse. They got out before they couldn't get out, because now you can't get out. So you have like these locked doors. Makes me think that there will be keys to getting in here, so. Oh yeah, you get pieces of 8. Classic, dude. Yo, has Jack Sparrow got his piece of 8 still?
Governor?
I don't know if there's anything else.
How may I be of
ask.
service to you?
No. Okay. So yeah, you can kind of ask other questions.
I'll still be here.
You can like skip through the dialogue if you need to, which is nice. All right. Well, we have a room at the old schoolhouse, and
Damn it, Charles. Those accursed sea storms. If only we'd been here earlier.
No. But as Charles would say, another day, another soul to save.
These people have no idea what they're up against.
all right. Well, yeah. So essentially, what we know so far is that Charles is no longer with us, and the weather is now keeping people from leaving. Most people have kind of left the town, including the kids, and the whole town's been affected by this disease and pestilence and all. All right, so we can talk to this guy,
So,
Pennington.
you've done listening to Fairfax's prattling. That man turns a pretty phrase, and does so to the exclusion of all else.
Any thoughts on the origins of the curse?
None useful. I'm a military man. I'm no dark artist.
I'll take that as a gentle jab. You don't believe in my work.
I can tell you're a woman of talent and capability. I respect that. The rest of it, that's your remit, not mine. Me? I'm the old guard. You and your Scots greenhorn, you're the hope. You'd best prevail.
Tell me, Captain, what does your rank signify? Militia?
I maintain the train band. I also anticipate threat. Natives, brigands, the French and other monsters. The curse, though, that's a whole different kettle of shite. Not even poor Davenport saw that one coming.
We'll be back.
I'll be here, unless I'm not.
So he seems to be
should go to
frustrated.
I think the governor said that house stood above the docks.
He seems rather frustrated because he can't fight against what's going on in the town. So, hello.
I must take a moment by myself. Excuse me.
No problem. So some people will talk to you about issues. Some people just kind of say things to you like that. So the path to the meeting house is closed. So this is the meeting house up here. Let's get a sense of the town a little bit, shall we? So this town over here. Take anything we find, I guess. And that's this house, alright. So then we have this path that goes back here. This part of town is closed. Okay. It's the game's way of saying these areas are locked until we say so. That's fine. Alright, so we have this here. What's this? The devil's work. Town is filled with sinners. To hell with evil worshippers who do the devil's work. We should have sent them all away. God watches us here as we live willingly with treacherous liars. These chanting demons will not get the likes of me, but they might corrupt the weak-minded. May fervor and prayer bless our souls in these times of trial.
Whatever's going on here, I suspect it to be a little worse than the devil's work.
Must be. Letting a Scots Catholic walk about unchallenged.
Hello, sir.
Good day, sir.
You'll be Haskell's Banishers, I take it.
Antea Duarte. This is Red McWraith.
Hugh Bachelor. The governor had me prepare the schoolhouse for your comfort.
Oh, thank you.
It has fallen out of use. Will that be all?
This guy looks like a pilgrim. About the curse.
What can you tell me about the curse?
New Eden is scrutinized by God. Better days lie ahead if his servants remain humble and true.
We've come to help. Be a good and humble servant and tell us about the curse.
The curse comes from the devil, and with all due respect to those present, it falls to the faithful to reject him. You may play with your ghosts and your spirits. We need prayer here. We need God's salvation.
It's kind of funny that these people believe in ghosts and they know that ghosts are real and they know about spirits and stuff, but they also just take it as like they need to pray to God. You know, like it's kind of funny how like the idea of them believing in ghosts and also believing in God, because I mean a lot of people who believe in God sometimes don't believe in ghosts. So
where are the children?
Several died of fever. We could see disaster coming. We thought we'd have to bury them all. We sent the children to safety. We sent them away.
That can't have been easy. It can't be easy now.
No. No, it is not.
Alright, well, goodbye.
Farewell, Mr. Bachelor. And you may wish us luck.
Good luck, then, to the both of you.
You can tell that Antea's she's a little direct with people. Like, be a good servant and tell us what's going on. Alright, so yeah, this whole area back here we can't get into. Because it's closed off. There's a lock on that door too. Alright, so this is where we came in from, right here. We kind of checked this out. So let's kind of go over this way. Hi. Oh. Alright. I do like, one of the things I have to say, I know that you can kind of tell that it's just like an image. Like you can tell if you really get it close. That's just like it's like a static image that's kind of being in the window. I like this though. It's nice to be able to see interiors of stuff. Even if it's just like a static image that's designed to make it look 3D. I play so many games and I'm so used to this like weird idea of like pointing out the subtle things that game developers do. But there's something about it that I find appealing. Like, cause like with this, you can't see inside; it's just dark.
You'll be the Banishers
Hello.
then. Come too late. I'm sorry, but if poor Minister Davenport mentioned your names, I have forgotten them.
Antea Duarte. This fellow here is Red McWraith.
Of course. I'm Lisbeth O'Hara. The minister said you'd have questions. Well?
Governor Haskell told us of the curse. I'd like to understand what it is.
I like how Red just stands back there. He's just like, whatever.
Well, I'll not speak ill of my neighbours. Someone must have let the evil in.
A name might help.
I'll not poison my parish with loose chatter. Besides, I have no name to give you.
They don't like to gossip.
Did you know Charles Davenport?
Of course I knew the minister. My sister and I attended all his services, and grateful we were too. He was the moral foundation stone of the colony. His poor widow. She must be bereft.
What are you doing out here? Most people seem to stay indoors.
Since you ask, I came to town to buy a remedy for Mistress Fitcher.
Honestly, I just like the rain.
My sister has a sore leg. The salve eases her discomfort. We have a small farm, some miles from here. And yes, the curse sits there too.
She got a small cut last month, and we've had to amputate. Hey man, that's the 1600s
you may have your
for you.
time back, with my thanks.
Well, thank the Lord for that.
Hello, welcome to the chat. Medley? Alright, so that's where we need to go. There's a couple houses over here. Let's check that out. Ooh. Piece 8. Wild Shervel. Med. Alright. What's up, Med? Med. Hello?
Thick skin, right? We're sorry to
this
disturb
one.
you.
Yeah.
It'll take more than you to disturb me. What do you want?
The curse.
So, the curse.
I'm fine.
What do you think is going on?
How are you?
I think nothing much about it. I think folk sickened and the crops failed. I think folk went mad. And I know we found the Reverend dead.
What of the captain?
Now there's a man of worth. Without Saul Pennington, there'd be no town left at all. These last months have been hard on him. I hope his mettle holds. If I had my way, he'd be coming with us. I don't give a rat's knacks for loyalty.
Doing alright. We
The
just started this,
captain
so
does.
we're not too far into it yet.
What of the governor? Anything I should know?
That useless clapwagger. With Davenport dead, godly folk
my
look to
God.
be led. Fairfax Haskell couldn't be happier.
Expect her to be
I pity him
name
get 'em
calling.
all killed.
What's your role here, if you don't mind me asking?
Thanks.
Lately, I do what needs doing when no one else will, weakened as they are by comfort and the curse. In normal times, I hunt. Now, though, it's cold enough to freeze the nankies off an horse, and the game rots as quick as you can get it home. You can't eat a ghost, can't skin it, can't
You ever
sell
try?
it. So what'll be the use?
You ever try to eat a ghost?
I take it you intend to leave town.
Bloody right I do. New Eden is dying, and anyone who stays is dead or deranged.
There's no hope for New Eden, then?
Not till the weather changes, and it don't look like changing.
Stream about as often as I can, I guess. I don't really have a schedule, so it's usually like every other day, every other weekend.
Will you go alone?
I'll take my sister and anyone else who wishes. You may come too if you wish. You look like you can handle yourself.
All right, well.
Well then, thank you for your help.
I can understand why she's leaving.
Aye.
Not very thick skin of you, though. For somebody named Thick Skin, and you're kind of dipping out. Oh. Oh, yeah, here we go. Throw the tomatoes at them. Put them in the stockade. Throw the tomatoes at them. I feel like games like this don't get that much love, but I'm all about the storytelling, so we'll see how good this game gets. Yeah, that's just this is where I think this is. Yeah, I want to go down to the docks first. I want to see this.
Get out of my way.
All right. Like 45 minutes ago, 48 minutes ago. That's how long. I played the demo, like about a month ago. Warning, the docks are closed for sabotage by fire. All trade to Boston, Marblehead, Salem, etc. is cut until the saboteur is caught. Well, I don't think nobody wants to go to Salem at this point, for being quite honest. What's what the hell is this? Oh, okay. Somebody just left their leather on the hook? Cool. I'll take that. Me in general? Yeah, literally like 45 minutes ago. I've had this game sitting on my PlayStation for a while. I haven't actually played it like as a playthrough until now. Harbor log, New Edentown Harbor dockage, March 1694. I'm gonna say 19. I know I'm gonna do that. 1694. Third Blossom of London, 14th Blessing. It's just a bunch of ships. Blessing, Bristol Merchant, Tebble Crown, Apollo. All right.
No fire starts on its own. Not in this cold.
Something must have given it a helping hand.
Like an arsonist. Well, it doesn't look like I can get over there. Oh, that's the... Oh, I can break these. There we go. Nice. Did I read this? I think I might have. Oh, no food here. Alright, well, I wasn't looking for a snack, but alright. Sweet, more hoof fungus. Alright, well, that's the docks. We just have like a bunch of some pyrite. Yeah, there's all these come into play later. We don't need any of it right now. Alright, well, let's go talk to Esther. This is my only hobby. I watch movies. That's about it.
Come in.
I play games, I watch movies. That's about it. That's all I do.
I've barely slept for fear you would not come. I'm at a loss.
No.
Would God even allow me to drag you into these...
I hate sports.
These dark times?
Esther, you're not alone now. We're here.
I'm so sorry we didn't get here on time. Truly.
I know. Charles kept saying it. Have faith. They will come. If only he had kept his faith himself.
What happened to him?
Poor Charles. Just one more victim of the curse of New Eden. You know how he is. Was. Restless. Impatient. It's not that he gave up on you, his friends, but that he could wait no more. I believe he tried to lift the curse. I too have questions, but I have no answers. Nor do I now have a husband.
I'm sorry. Cooking, drawing, watching streams and anime. Nice. Favorite anime? I don't really watch anime. But I used to watch Blood Plus back in the day, and like Inuyasha, and like I watched as a '90s kid, I grew up watching like anime on Adult Swim. Well, like before Adult Swim, when it was Toonami. That was that was for me. The only animes that I want to watch that I've never watched are Chainsaw Man and Attack on Titan. I'm gonna get in those someday.
What can you tell me about the esteemed Governor Haskell?
Fairfax Haskell is well-read and educated.
Just watch a little bit of DBZ.
But at times his back can be too stiff. He shares Charles's interest in the unknown, but his passion seems less than practical. He's an academic.
Still, good to know our patron has some understanding of our work. We met the captain, too, along with the huntress, Thickskin. Do you know them?
I find Thickskin Newsmith's manner a little frightening, but I think she
can't
has
draw,
a good heart.
And
a fine hunter by all accounts.
I don't really like cooking anymore.
Captain
I used
Pennington
to when I
comes
was
with a
younger, but I
reputation
don't
for
anymore.
soldiering. He comports himself with a wry dignity, but I suspect that beneath it all, he's just sad. Charles thought so too. There are wounds beneath Saul Pennington's armor, he said, that time and God have not yet healed.
And how were things before?
How were things, before all this?
Before the curse? It was a busy and exciting time. Charles immersed himself in the community here. He had a hand in everything. The people came to rely on him. I'm sure they look to someone else now, but I can't imagine it's the same.
Well, they don't really. It seems like most people are on the same page. They're all lost. Because now that Charles is gone, there's no one to protect them from this entity.
Is there anything we should know about?
Lord, deliver me, for I cannot endure this. I cannot endure it, and Charles does not deserve it.
Anything at all, Esther. Please.
I have felt Charles present about the house. His ghost lingers. He needs help.
Yeah, I know quite a few
If
digital
he's
artists.
Here, I promise I will know no rest until he has his.
You can count on us.
We'll start with the house.
Charles's papers are gathered in his office. Take what you need.
Thank you, Esther.
Alright, well... Oh yeah, you can get a portrait of her as well. So, in the haunting cases, you get these where you have like different characters that you have all these like hints related to them. So the once joyful and educated good friend of Antea and Red is now a young widow who lost her anchor and drifts unmoored on a sea of mourning. So seeing her husband's ghost, grieving widow Esther Davenport was deeply distressed. So yeah. And you can see, like, basically it kind of relates to Charles. You have, like these major... There's 3 of them, but they kind of all match up into this. So, yeah. So you get these, like... These will be all the cases. Case by case kind of basis.
We'll take a look around, if that's all right.
May I be of any help?
You stay put. We'll find the way.
All right, let's see. Bundle of letters from Charles. 21st day of February, 1687. My sweet Esther, I can't tell you how much I long to get home. This work in the mystical Scottish Highlands is exciting. I can't argue with that, but I miss the sweetness of our home. However, I know that the few months I have left away from your loving arms will be of great benefit to me. Through this experience, I will increase my knowledge, and all this I do to protect you from those dark worlds that swirl around us. It is your love and trust that pushes me into these mysterious entrenchments, that pushes me to do my best. It is for you that I do this. For when I can see the pride in your eyes, then I know what role I play on this earth. I know that I can be stronger. I know I can do anything, as long as you look at me with that spark that is only yours. I am thinking of you, your love forever, Charles. Yeah, I've never been an artist. I had friends that were... Red, do you fucking mind? But I'm terrible at art. I never could get into it. Guitar Hero was my art when I was a kid. Bundles of letters from Charles. 5th day of January, 1685. My beloved Esther, how I long to hold you in my arms. The announcement of our marriage was to my heart as a delicacy on my palate. This guy's a huge romantic, a suite of which one cannot tire. At last we shall be together, and together forever and ever, until the day many years from now when we are old and at last death separates us. Jesus. There's like, I feel like there's a lot of like women in this world. This is like the book talk. This is for book talk, right? This is for the book talk people. They're just like, I want that, like, that hyper romantic guy that's just like, hold me in your arms until we die at our old age. This is that guy. This is the guy for them. I don't even remember where I was. For only death can extinguish the love between us, and I'm sure that not even death can undo the tenderness I feel. See, it just keeps going. I want everything to be perfect for our marriage, and I will make it so. I will write to you every day until the blessed moment when I can finally shed the weight of letters and tell you in person every day about how I feel about you. I'm thinking of you, your love forever, Charles. Oh my God, this guy. Yeah, my art is done by Sarah. Her link to her Twitter is on my YouTube channel. I think I might have it down on the Twitch. I think I should.
That porcelain saw many a dinner turned lecture with Charles.
I miss him so.
So do we, Esther.
Bundles of letters from Charles, 12th day of August, 1694. My sweet Esther, I was down, and yet you were there to support me. You are an angel from heaven to help me in my dark mission. You are the light that guides me through the darkness of the invisible. And yet, I feel so sorry for bringing you to this tortured land. You know well that things are not as they should be in New Eden, and I am sorry to have you by my side, for I fear for your life. I wish we could have found a quiet corner of this land there to raise our children, but I fear a curse. I think we should leave, or perhaps you should go ahead while I defend our home. Think about it, for I cannot bear the thought of darkness taking you away from me. Your love forever, Charles. My Twitch name is a part of a lyric from Daft Punk. But it's a reference to it. It's a reference to human after all, but I put human after everything. I changed it a little bit.
Esther, I'm sorry to trouble you once more.
How may I help?
Okay, nothing else.
We'll
I think
keep
we'll
looking
talk to her a
I'll
little
be-
bit. We'll talk to her a little bit later, I think, if we find stuff. Alright, so we got some romance letters. So when was this one? This one was 1687. This one was 85, 2 years before then, and then this one was 94, so 7 years later. Let's just keep digging around. Sheet music, a new Scotch tune in G major by Henry Purcell.
Purcell? Could you find nothing better?
These days I lack the heart to play.
Can't believe you brought your pianoforte to New England.
It cost a fortune. But you cannot part a pianist from their beloved keys.
Letter from Eleanor Combs, November 1694. My dearest Charles, how delighted I was to read your words. It is always a pleasure to hear from you and to know that yourself and your beloved Esther are doing well. I have contacted our brothers in London, but unfortunately we could not find anything in our archives that matches the description of the events you have experienced in New Eden. Be that as it may, pestilence and never-ending winters are phenomena perhaps too broad for us to pinpoint the exact cause. I can give you no better answer. Be it sorcery, the presence of an ichor, or something else entirely, we cannot say. All I can do is invite you to continue your research and to take note of your observations. Our Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has so little presence in the New World. Any new information shall be precious indeed. Please stay safe, my friend. Yours truly, Eleanor Combs. So, yeah, even they don't seem to know.
I didn't know Eleanor and Charles were still in touch.
The St. Paul Brotherhood is a tie that binds. Charles was so eager to continue his research here in New Eden. If only we had known what would befall us.
Send us an interval or a study of the Alien scale by Heinrich Petrie. A study of H. Purcell's Cacognian G minor for strings by E. Davenport. So he's into music. He's into a lot of music. A letter from a neighbor. Esther, some food and ale for you. Sorry for your loss. Your neighbors hold you in their hearts. Well, at least I tried.
This is Charles's. It's like he never left.
But technically he didn't.
Have you received other visitors?
Most dare not leave their homes. Although Mr. Bachelor came to see me. That was nice of him.
Well, some of the neighbors, it seems, have tried. Alright, I'm heading upstairs.
Charles is still here and Esther is completely distraught.
She lost him, and now he's back, a ghastly figure. It must be unbearable.
Where do nightmares come from? I remember the teaching of my masters, may God bless their souls, against the threatening unknown. When the common knowledge is not enough to understand a situation, the sagacious and pious man will wisely turn to the very roots of his art, the words, their meaning, and the power hidden in each of them. Nightmare has nothing to do with a nocturnal female horse, as in the French Kauschmar or the German Nachtmar, mare, here comes from the 12th century Middle Dutch and means ghost or demon. A nightmare is not a puny fiend sneaking into the bedrooms to suffocate the dreamers, but one of the rarest and most powerful spirit defined by its only purpose, to spread its insidious and unforgiving wrath upon any living soul it may reach. According to my research, no occultist ever successfully banished a nightmare. But why? Could a nightmare be more than a ghost? I'm afraid so. I remember a disturbing poem I read in London in my younger years about the terrifying abilities of such entity, supposedly able to penetrate the dreams of its targets, to influence their thoughts and perception and make them endure their worst fear, able even to bend the distance or alter time, creating tantalizing and personalized nightmare its victims can't hope to escape from. Such a petrifying concept. I pray God with all my heart and soul that this is not what has risen upon us. How would we then escape despair, death, and doom? I need more information, but where to find them? Charles Davenport. So yeah, it's like pretty much the concept of a nightmare is that it's not like what we kind of associate with dreams. It's not like a bad dream. It's supposed to be an actual like a demon that essentially comes into your life and wraps its evil around you wherever you go. Interesting. Charles Davenport's brooch. A silver brooch habitually worn by Charles Davenport, engraved with a distinctive three-hilted sword.
Charles always wore this brooch.
His things are untouched. Nothing's moved.
Children's psalm. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Psalm 127-3.
Got enough books, Charles?
No shit.
See, the piano's not the only thing you paid a pretty penny to ship.
That's what I said. Doctor's note. 3 drops of lavender oil and chamomile infusion before sleep. Wintergreen to rub tween palms and behind the ears 3 times a day. If restlessness persists, use lemon balm. Eveline. Yep. That's how they did it back in the 1600s.
Remember how they used to argue about books we hadn't read? Like we weren't there?
Oh, you actually listened? I'd always let my mind wander.
Let me just say that if you hear me talking to chat, just let it be known that if you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube currently, and if you come to my Twitch chat, do not come into my chat trying to ask me if I want fucking art done. I have art for my channel. Stop asking. I will ban you. I'm going to put that in my bio. If you are coming in here to you will be banned. Period. Do not do it. All right? I want to focus on the story and not on your bullshit. Period. Unsent letter to Esther's sister. My dearest sister, Charles is dead. I cannot tell right from left. I cannot tell which day it is or how long ago my Charles departed. My world has come undone. Nothing happened as it was supposed to. I could not attend the burial. The shame of it. How I have failed my dear husband. I just could not find the strength to leave the house and walk to the place where Charles died, there to see him buried. Lord have mercy on us and guide our friends to us before it is too late. New Eden will not last much longer without my beloved husband to protect it. I do not have any words left in me, but I thought that you who loved him so should know of his passing. My love, Esther. So yeah, she's pretty
Esther
heartbroken
couldn't
about it,
attend
obviously.
Charles's burial.
And
Poor
she
woman.
just couldn't
That's
leave.
terrible for her.
Esther never got to say farewell to Charles.
I could have made him manifest.
So, exhausted by her grief, she was unable to leave the house to attend her burial. And she saw her husband's ghost, leading to she did not bid her husband farewell and now suffers from it.
Maybe. But there has to be more to it.
It doesn't seem like there's anything else. Alright.
Faith always was his beacon in the darkness.
In people as much as in God. He was a good man.
I can still picture him crafting your very first Bane ring.
That's what those are the
the
rings they're wearing on
moment
their
now than you were
fingers
back
that
then.
help them with the
Bit green
banishing.
for an actual haunting, you said.
You were. Still, you did all right.
A chess piece. Precious king from a chess set protected by a glass dome.
That's from the set he taught me with. I'd know it anywhere.
Did he keep it to remind him of his favourite?
Or to remind him that he had yet to beat me.
Map of the world. An old ass map of the world.
Remember when he started to wear these to look wiser and older?
He was hiding his hair loss.
Theological book from Charles's personal collection. Whatever that is. He's got a lot of books. Formicarius, Johannes Niter. Yeah, he has so many books. Scribbled Bible verses. Job 13:15. When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaints. Then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me through visions. So my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. She comes to me in dreams. Well, people have
Charles's
mentioned the
notes
nightmares.
mention Job, chapter 7, verses 13 to 15.
I'll look for that reference.
Red, you dropped something.
Charles's notes. What do all these dreams have in common? Are they the promise of a doomsday or a nightmare coming? Visions, foreshadowing? Is someone behind this? Who is the real target and what causes anger to burst forth? I need to know how it gets into our heads. Sleep no longer offers rest, and this cannot perdure.
These notes are erratic ramblings. Charles was worried about the curse plaguing the settlers' dreams.
How malicious is this curse, Tom?
Alright, so we have Charles was worried about the influence of threatening spirit had on the settlers' dreams.
Menting people in their beds.
We've heard about the nightmares a
Charles's
couple
ghost
times.
might give us answers. We should investigate the cemetery where he was found.
I want to talk to Esther before we leave. What is a shop? Okay.
Esther, I'm sorry to trouble you once more.
How may I help?
With all that's happened, how are you bearing up?
This all feels so unreal. Just one more nightmare from which I cannot wake.
It seems so now, but that will change. I promise.
Was there something I should have done differently? Did I fail him? Did I fail Charles?
None of this is your fault.
I do not want to believe he is gone. He cannot be gone. I do not permit him to be gone.
You're in pain, and that might have brought him back. Maybe he lingers because you suffer.
We'll do what we can to ease your pain. And we'll do what we can for Charles.
Has the curse brought with it nightmares?
Yes. I've had nightmares. I suspect we all have. Charles warned that something was stalking our dreams. That it had a use for us. That we needed to fight it with all God's might. But now Charles is gone, and my nightmares have changed. In my sleep, I see my husband falling, screaming into the abyss. All hear him. None respond. He plummets on into the bottomless pit. Poor Charles.
So, yeah, they...
We must make our way to the cemetery.
They've mentioned nightmares a few times.
Please be careful, dear Antea.
It was mentioned that people were. It was mentioned by the governor that it was that first there was pestilence and all that, but then came the nightmares. And Charles himself had nightmares. Oops. Charles himself had nightmares, and he saw a woman in his dreams, and she's also having nightmares, but more or less about her husband.
What will you do for my Charles?
If he's present, we'll find him. Then we'll ask him what he wants us to do.
Must I see him too?
First, let's find out what happened. After that, we'll see.
Best get started. Time may be against us.
You be all right?
I doubt it, but I'll do my work all the same. We came here to help Charles and help Charles with Charles. Ask around. See what people will tell you. I'll go to the cemetery and do the same.
Alright.
Be careful.
Aye.
So yeah, we need to go to the cemetery where Charles died. We need to poke around. Oh yeah, you can just open the map. I've been opening the map with the touch bar, but... Let's go see what the shop is over here. Are you the shop? No. Are you the shop?
Be warned. I need but cry out, and help shall come in an instant.
Calm you, sir. Antea Duarte, Minister Davenport's banisher.
Oh, of course.
I mistake your color for
his death has
a
shaken
threat.
us all. Welcome
Thanks.
to New Eden. I'm afraid you find us at our worst.
Clearly.
We're banishers. There's nowhere else we'd rather be. And you are?
I, madam, am Squire Sincere Paris, travelling merchant, stuck in this cursed place and eager to be somewhere else.
Is that your actual name, or...?
Tell me about the curse, if you will.
I'll tell you this. Those who dare defy the curse are brave indeed, and, I fear, foolish.
Banishing is a job, sir. And to do it, I need detail. If you please.
A banisher must have charms. Trinkets, I mean, of protection. If you have a surplus, I'd happily relieve you of your burden.
What I need right now is information about the curse. What have you seen that might help me with my work?
I've seen famine, madness, the shadow of early death. Weather, too. So much weather. I mean, I've seen it all before, but never all at once. Here, it's everything, everywhere, and all at the same time. Folks stay indoors, waiting
Everything
to be
everywhere
told
all at
what
once.
to do. Waiting to die, really. Ghosts in the making, all of them.
The nightmares. Do you get them too?
Of course I do. Not everyone will admit it, but we all have bad dreams.
Yeah, everybody in the town is having them.
I dream someone watches me sleep. I sometimes fancy she's present when I'm awake. She never speaks, nor moves. She seems to wish me no harm. She just stands there, watching me, waiting, taking my measure.
Does she manifest at a particular hour?
If she does, I have no way of knowing it, unable as we are in this interminable grey to tell day from night. Well, there you are. Information on the curse, as per your request. I won't even charge you for it.
You're leaving town?
As soon as possible. Did you arrive by sea? A ship lies at anchor in the bay. Perhaps a captain would take me and my wares to safety.
The crew refused to dock, and I suspect they'll leave on the next available tide. We rowed ourselves ashore.
Might I ask where you abandoned this rowboat of yours?
Along the coast, by a path remarkable for its angry specters and bloody corpses. If you wish to make the sailing, I hope your wares can swim. Care to trade?
Most of my goods are already packed, but I never refuse a deal.
Well, what do you have? So he's got fur, leather, linen, and wool. It's all what I have to sell, but I don't know what I need and what I don't, so...
I bid you good day, Squire Paris, and thank you for your time.
A pleasure, Mistress Duarte. Do be careful.
Alright. So, cemetery's up here. Be on my way.
A wisp. So close to town.
Yeah, cemetery's closed, but guess who's going in? It's me.
Where are you leading me?
I don't know why I healed.
More of you?
No one is safe here.
Alright, find where Charles died.
Most of these people died fighting. Someone didn't want them here.
Alright. Let's see here. Oh, there's some of that hoof fungus. What the hell is that on my hand? Take the pyrite. My hand's lit up. Insight. As a Banisher, you can feel places or objects that have been marked by ghosts. When in close proximity to the elements, your Bane rings will be triggered and light up with an orange aura. Walk around to find the source. Oh, the light on my controller is also like flashing orange. That's cool.
I've seen more graves here than I've met settlers.
Okay. This looks like it could be it here. Grab that pyrite. This kind of leads over to here. Alright, let's check this out, shall we?
A memory lingers here. I might be able to reveal it.
So you have to perform ritual and you need like specific things for it. So I don't have any seashore candles.
If I mix the stones I found earlier with seashore candle, that might do it.
I need seashore candle.
Everyone buried here died in 1677. A previous epidemic?
How do I get seashore candle? Where is any seashore candle? Is there any up here? Okay, I guess I can't banish those. Well, I have enough pyrite. I just need some seashore candle now. There might be some down here. This is where the objective is, so.
Many dead in more recent years.
Oh yeah, it would be by the seashore, wouldn't it?
Seashore candle near the water.
Of course, that's why it's called seashore candle. Duh.
Call this a fight?
Alright, I'm not getting up there, so we have to go back up and around. Alright, let's, do the ritual before we, for Charles some more. So they perform rituals. Nature of the site determines which ritual should be performed. Performing ritual consumes resources even if you select an incorrect ritual. To reveal the memories, you need to perform a hearkening ritual. So I need to do this one. Reveal an echo. This ritual helps one to tune into a fading but persistent memory left by a lingering ghost through compelling words, carving, or drawing of the Leo constellation. You have Make Manifest. Force a ghost or specter to appear. Using or knowing the tie that binds a ghost to the incarnate is generally necessary. Such a ritual may be channeled through compelling words, carving, or drawing of the Taurus constellation. And then you have the Summon Scourge. Force a scourge to appear. Sustained through compelling words, carving, or drawing of the Aquila constellation, this ritual will force all types of scourges, harvester, rage, sorrow, etc. to reveal themselves.
In each stain hides a story.
In the name of the Lord, I command you. Be gone from this place!
You do not command me, clergyman.
Who are you, ghost? Unveil yourself!
Well, since you ask so politely...
Who are you?
I am everything you've ever feared.
Be gone! You have no shell, no ties, no purpose.
No, but neither do you.
It's like he had a heart attack. It's like she just like gave him a heart attack. Oh shit.
Damn it. That thing he faced. What was it?
So he tried to make the spirit manifest. He failed. Facing the terrifying entity threatening New Eden, Charles Davenport's heart gave out. Did it give out, or was it forced out? Charles's Bible. Found half buried in the mud of the cemetery. It's opened at Job 7, 13 through 15, which we read earlier. This tie is doused with the essence of Charles's ghost. After a closure performed by Antea, the bond between the ghost and the world would be severed for good.
The tie that binds his ghost. With it, I can make him manifest. If I can find his grave.
Alright, well, his grave should be down here. Of course, it's the one that's lit up.
Ah. Here you are.
So we need Charles's Bible. We want to manifest him, so...
Now is a good time for we old friends to talk. We've come too far, Red and I, not to see you one last time. Your pupil has become the master. If we fight, I'll beat you. Come on, Charles. Join me now. I know you're here. I know you're here. You know me, Ghost. I only wish to talk. Esther worries.
Antea. Here. At last. Oh, poor Esther. I'm so sorry, my friend. So sorry for us all.
What happened? What's going on here?
Sad to say, dear friend. I made a mistake. And it cost me my life. Is Red with you? There is no time to waste.
Why did you not wait for our help?
The threat was rising. Despair growing. There were so many dead, Antea. So much sickened flesh. So many afflicted souls. There was no more time.
Do you know how this curse began?
What prompted it, I do not know. Nor do I know when. Many months ago, certainly. But I do know this. This nightmare chose New Eden for a reason.
So, a ghost.
This one is different. Implacable. Very clever. Many magnitudes more ferocious than a spectre, and just as relentless.
Before you died, you investigated the curse. What did you learn?
That our enemy is deceptive and merciless. That we should not underestimate its power.
We?
I am dead, dearest Antea. But I am a Banisher yet. I may still teach you.
If I allow you, which I do not.
Antea, do not repeat my mistakes. If a nightmare curses New Eden, you need all the help you can get. Its presence felt strongest in the meeting house. Perhaps the light of God there forced it to fight its ground. I had the building closed. The worst of the malevolence is contained, but it won't stay locked up for long.
I thought nightmares were a myth.
A nightmare is the rarest of ghosts. A powerful, insidious spirit, birthed by tragedy most dreadful.
How do I banish it?
There is meager wisdom in the texts. What little there is says it cannot be banished at all.
If it's a ghost, I can't banish it. You took notes, I suppose? Where might I find them?
They vanished. In the days before my death. Perhaps I mislaid them. Which is not like me. If you find them, read them carefully. Perhaps I missed something. Something important.
We'll banish it, Red and I. Our good friend's death shall not go unpunished.
Be warned. This nightmare is too angry to be persuaded. And too powerful to be destroyed.
Your death pains us greatly. Your return pains me too.
I know. For my part, I'm glad to have seen you one last time. To have had the chance to warn you.
How did this nightmare kill you?
I believed that I could come to the cemetery and make it manifest. To my initial delight, it worked. I now suspect it came by choice. It seemed amused, as if it were a pleasant game to weigh my measure as a man.
What did it look like?
Don't know. When it manifested, it appeared as Esther. My dear Esther.
So it can make itself look like others.
Its true face, but I heard a woman. Not Esther, someone else. She was laughing.
Well,
I felt her gaze.
It makes sense that it could make itself look like others because it gets in your dreams, and so in your mind it knows
his vengeance pure.
Knows those of the people that you care about.
Wronged.
I've heard your warning. You can go.
No, I must remain. Esther needs my protection. My flock needs me too.
You know how this works. You know I won't allow that.
I am still myself, Antea. With time, I'll grow stronger. I can help you.
The longer you haunt Esther, the hungrier you'll be. You know this.
This is different. I'm the Reverend Charles Davenport, your friend and mentor. You know me. You know I am a good man.
I knew you. You were a good man. Now you are a ghost, and I cannot let that stand. But I swear it, the nightmare will end, and Red and I shall do the ending. Charles Davenport was a good man and a fine mentor.
And you a fine student, though you took a hard line. I never could unpick that from your character. Has life tempered you since?
Life has tempered my steel. Death and the manner of it has made you the very thing you once opposed. Goodbye, Charles. Peace on your soul. Remembrance on your...
Antea, wait.
Wait for
I'm sorry?
what? We're banishers. Death to the dead.
Let Esther choose for herself.
Oh, Lord.
That looks
Please
painful.
don't ask me to do that.
Esther, my good wife, and the very best. I miss you so.
Oh, dear Lord, Charles, why are you here? Why have you come back? You must leave, please.
I must stay. I must protect you. The thing in the meeting house feeds on our torment. I should have known that. I know better now.
Antea, give Charlie the ascent he deserves.
Charles Davenport, you have no reason to stay. Go. Let Esther grieve in peace.
Save her, my friends. And save yourselves. Save them all.
Hello, welcome to the
I'll
chat.
walk Esther home.
I'll do it. The women can talk.
Then all the way to the schoolhouse and make the bed. Charles is at rest now. Antea, she gave him the care he needed.
Well, we didn't banish him.
My Charles. Where do you think he is now?
He's... I don't know.
I miss the warmth of his hands. His calm presence in our house. If I close my eyes, I can picture him. He's in a place where sunlight chases the snow away. It is warm and there is fresh milk. The sheets are cleaned and pressed and folded. Nothing can ever be the matter.
You're right.
Fine.
He's at peace, and you deserve to rest.
Just trudging along. trying to help this poor woman. Thanks. Thank you, madam.
Sorry. I'll miss him dearly. Tomorrow, we'll continue investigating the curse. Good night, Esther.
I am glad you are here. Both of you. We need you. You should get some sleep. You'll need it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well. To the schoolhouse, then. Time to go night-night. Hello.
Good day to you, madam. Antea Duarte is my name. May I ask yours?
Duarte? Duarte, you came with the Banisher, did you not?
I am the Banisher.
What?
Right. So you're the face of hope, are you? You're what my tithes are buying. Let me have a look at you. Huh, right. Well, I hope I'm wrong. Bathsheba Ingersoll, or I was last time I looked.
What a name.
Tell me about your store.
Why? Would you like to buy some china? Some porcelana? A linen dress? That's about all we have left. You'll be shocked to learn that there is little demand for the finer things in life, and we have next to no supply of the staples. I should have gone when I had the chance. I suppose beneath it all, I'm an optimist. And that makes me a fool.
Well, you're closing up shop now.
What can you tell me about the town meeting house?
The minister closed it down. Said it was dangerous. Imagine. Worship is dangerous now.
That's not why I did it.
Why?
The when is difficult to say. I admit I have lost track of time with the dullness of the days.
It may seem like an odd question, but may I ask if the curse has brought you bad dreams?
Every time I close my eyes, I'm in the store. Coins fall from the ceiling, only a few at first. When they hit the floor, they break. Like rotten teeth. Or finger bones, perhaps. The trickle becomes rain. A cascade smashing down to flood the store. I try to flee, but the flood rises too fast. I drown in shards of broken bone. There. Aren't you glad you asked?
You know, not really.
What can you tell me about the curse?
Did Haskell not lay it out? We freeze, and at the same time, we rot. Minister Davenport said he'd summoned the best banisher there is. Can you lift the curse?
In my experience, most curses are actually hauntings. And while ghosts are treacherous, they're not invincible.
Well, I'd like to tell you I find that a comfort, but I'm afraid I would be lying.
A very good day to you, madame.
You're optimistic too, then. Aren't we the fools?
Yeah, she was a bundle of joy. Music keeps cutting out. Just bothering me a little bit. There's that guy again. Alright, well. Oh my god, that guy's playing the mouth harmonica, or whatever the hell it's called, the mouth flute, or whatever the hell. Banishers techniques. As Banishers, we are no spiritual guides or inquisitors. We are ghost hunters for hire, specialized and sensitive crafters who train hard to protect the livings through our rituals and knowledge about ghost inspectors. We are no cult. There is no hierarchy nor established dogma among us. The most obvious reason why a Banisher becomes a Banisher is because he or she wants to protect the living from the dead, whatever the reason. We are efficient, adaptive, and versatile. Our community is sparse and nomadic, just like our predecessors were. We wander the world in search of living victims of the dead, cleansing haunting cases using techniques tried and trusted and honed by generations of masters and pupils, releasing or banishing the ghost, rarely blaming the living. Unlike puny sorcerers, we do not waste our time crafting enchanted rifles with the butt, barrel, and stock engraved with runes and other symbols of power. Well, damn, I wanted a gun. For hunting specters or otherwise, who would wish to depend on a single weapon? Instead, we bring our bane powder, prepared accordingly to recipes handed down from generation to generation, rendering any firearm capable of shooting and damaging a supernatural target no matter what the ammunition. Efficient, adaptive, versatile. Our knowledge of alchemy and botany helps us selecting minerals and plants whose properties will support our work. We do not waste time in libraries or schoolrooms. We do not waste our time drawing, carving, or engraving complex circles of power, because we gain in power or nuance. What we gain in power and nuance, we lose twice as much or more in time, risking putting ourselves and those around us in unnecessary danger. Instead, a clever banisher carries stamps in wood or metal with which to mark a door, wall, or stone with the necessary symbol for the appropriate ritual. We also wear rings upon our fingers with these symbols, so we always have a range of powerful runes close at hand, as it were, efficient, adaptive, versatile. Thus we prevail, thus we fight, thus we send back the creeping dead where they are supposed to be. From Death to the Dead by Balthazar H. Frinhofer. So there you go. It's pretty much like the 1600s version of Ghostbusters. Wow. Mouth guitar? I just don't remember what it's called. I know what it is.
We did the right thing. Charles was our friend.
I love you, Red McCraith.
But
when it comes to ghosts, your heart makes you reckless. It's dangerous.
Were you really about to banish Charles?
Yeah. She was. Charles would have done the same.
Charles would have done the same for your ghost or mine.
I hope he'd have at least hesitated. Charles was a good man, full of love.
Banishing his ghost wouldn't have been easy, but it would have been right. Ghosts only bring misery, Red. Make no mistake, they steal life's essence from the living.
Aye. They don't always do it out of malice. Give them that.
We are banishers. We end suffering for those who live. We bring closure to those who don't.
A ghost may suffer too. A sin puts a gentler end to it.
But not a safer one. Better to banish and be sure.
Would you banish me? If it came to it?
You'll not escape me so easy. You I would bring back from the dead.
That's not funny.
I'd fill you with fresh essence. I'd give you so much essence you'd return bloated with life.
Steal essence from the living to feed my ghost. You wouldn't.
I'd kill you again. Yeah, so like the difference is that ascending is not necessarily going to permanently get rid of the ghost. That's what it seems like. But banishing is like the way to permanently make sure that a ghost is gone for good.
You're a scruffy-headed lout, Red McWraith, and I will never let you go. Over my dead body, mister.
Thought I was meant to be the soft-hearted one.
You are.
Do you think Charles was right? This thing in the meeting house could be what did he call it? A nightmare?
I really hope not. Such entities are legendary ghosts, even for Banishers. We'll see tomorrow. Now, to sleep. This was a dreadful day.
Poor Charles.
Poor Esther.
Aye, poor Esther.
Well, at least she has some closure and some peace now. Oh. Oh, now he's having nightmare. He's seen the woman.
Antea? She took her firebane. She says I'm the reckless one.
Alright, so now we're Charles.
Where are you? You're hardly in the meeting house, are you?
What the fuck? The moon is huge.
Who's there? Antea?
Well, we gotta go to the meeting house.
Why would you go up there alone? Open. Antea? Don't suppose you spectres have seen Antea, have you?
Is there anything around this opposite way? Some like boxes and stuff.
You're the boss and all, but you could have included me.
Waxy cap agaric. I have a feeling this is not real.
See? 3 blind mice. See how they run. See how they...
Just like the dream.
Antea?
Blind. All blind. Red, can't you see? We never stood a chance.
Antea? You hurt? Where are you? I'm here, my love. What happened?
She's blind.
I'm here, my love. How mundane.
Show yourself.
God came to the man in a dream and said, "Behold, thou art dead." But the man had done nothing wrong and said,
Lord, wilt thou also slay the righteous?
What?
Uh-oh.
"Will you slay the righteous?"
Be not alarmed. I bring you aid.
There is no aid. There is only dereliction.
Where's Antea? What have you done with her? Hellsballs. Lady, if you hurt her...
You cling to love, a fool to the last. There is no love. There is only defilement.
No.
Oh, shit. Oh, she's real angry. Oh, shit.
You too will be consumed!
We want to help you.
Stop trying!
Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
Where's Antea? If you laid a finger on her...
You what? Come to her aid? There is no aid. There is only... retribution.
Give him back.
How touching. You come to claim your man. You think you love him. You do not. There, in the dark of your marrow, there is no love. Only betrayal. I offer you a trade. He stays and you leave with your life.
I'll bargain with no ghost.
You have a brain, yet you think with your idiot heart. You're weak.
Oh, shit.
No!
She did the same thing that she did to Charles. She killed her. You absolute bitch.
Will you come to her aid now, when all is lost? If you do, I'll be waiting.
The icy ocean made a diamond from his grief, then buried it in his heart. The weight of his failure dragged him down. Outside time, drowning in the gloom, he spoke her name.
And there you go. That's the intro to the game. That's actually
Take me instead,
the demo.
He screamed, soundless, to the cold and silent waters. Out beyond the black veil of death, something heard his cries and reached for him.
So beyond this, I've seen nothing.
Let her go. Take me instead. Let her go.
Hello?
Ah, you're awake.
Who are you?
She who rescued you. Tended you for days on end. Weeks, maybe.
Weeks? Oh, God. What have I done?
Get your strength back before you beat yourself up.
She's dead.
Yes. That's why you're here. And why I was sent to look after you.
Who are you? I feel like we've met, but I'm sure we have not. I feel like I know you forever. But do I?
You're confused. It's normal. You've been near killed by a nightmare, you've lost your beloved, and now you've a witch by your sickbed.
Witch?
Witch.
Which witch?
I go by Seeker. Find the Banisher, said my mistress. Tend him, and answer any questions he asks you before you leave him be. So, how do you feel?
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. Means you're alive, and you haven't given up.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna pause it here, and when we come back in the next part, we'll continue. So take care, and goodbye.